Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me here today. If Scorpio is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I'm merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Scorpio, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Okay, Three of Wands. You're not taking no for an answer. There's a situation around you right now where you know you're right. Okay? I feel that you have, you're someone, I think, that, typically you...
Sorry, I don't understand.
That's very weird. Siri doesn't understand what I'm talking about. I feel like you're the type of person that scared the heck out of me. I've got my phone set up as a timer, so I make sure I don't do hour and a half readings. I didn't know that was going to happen. Anyway, maybe it is. Maybe that's the case. Maybe it is with the Three of Wands. You're typically a person that you believe in yourself, but you don't always assume you're right. Like, there's just kind of like, well, yeah, I feel like I'm right, but I'm open to some new information. I'm open to sort of getting a different opinion. Maybe, Scorpio, there's even been some instances of a lack of confidence in you. Yeah, sometimes. But with the Three of Wands right now, I feel like there is this conviction. There is this certainty that you are not wrong in any way, This is something that you feel in the fiber of your bones, in the fiber of your being, in the depths of your soul. There's no way. And so this is kind of, to me, it feels like a new feeling. Because when you're this certain about something, there's got to be something to it, because usually you're like, well, let's talk about it, let's compromise, let's try to figure it out together. And this one, you're like, nope, I know the answer, this is it, don't even, maybe this is, something at work, if there's something at school. Kind of feels like you're on one of those, trivia night or something, and it's a really obscure question. And this is something that you absolutely know beyond the shadow of a doubt. There's no compromise going on here, right? That you're correct about something. We're going to put this into some context, and hopefully we'll get no more surprise interruptions from technology. Well, there we've got the moon card, right? It's a new moon energy. It's a darkness, right? And that, I think, is very interesting. Here's the Ace of Pentacles, a Wheel of Fortune, an Eight of Wands, and another ace, more certainty, right? I like this. I like what this energy is saying to me. We've got a Six of Cups, yes. We've got the Art or Temperance card. Yeah, we need that. It makes sense. There's the Princess of Swords. That's the energy you don't want. When you're over here, you don't want that energy, because that's doubt. That's kind of, the Princess of Swords, kind of an energy that says, I'm not really sure. A little insecure, a little unsure of themselves, not so steady on their feet, this one. This is the energy that you don't want. You don't want to second guess yourself. You're not looking for doubt. You don't want any other, I don't need any more information. I don't need to talk about it. It's kind of like it's not up for discussion. And maybe this is saying, really, with the Moon card here, this isn't meant to be a discussion. It's not meant to be a rational conversation. That you're peering into the void, you're peering into the darkness here, and you have an absolute conviction of something. You know absolutely what's going to, and this is strange. Maybe this is a vision or a premonition. What's our final card here? Well, it's your superpower card, your superhero card, actually. It's the fixed water energy, the Prince of Cups, right? This is a card that represents your energy in action, okay? So yeah, this is really intense, okay? This is kind of like, this is a situation where you know exactly what's going to happen, but you can't really explain how you know. And I think other people are maybe trying to challenge that, and you're just saying, look, I really can't tell you, but I know what's going to happen. I know what is right. I know what the right move is, or whatever it is. And they're saying, well, why can't you tell us? You're just saying, I just can't. They think you're holding back information, but you're not. It's not something rational. It's something more intuitive. It's something, again, with this moon card, it's like you're peering into the void and you're seeing the truth in front of you. You don't know how to explain that to others, right? What do we say about that? Well, I stared into the void and I saw the answer. I mean, maybe, I guess it depends on who your friends are. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. A random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown, and we'll just set it down right here. We're going to put Jimbo, the Lizard King, aka Mr. Lizard, right there on top of that card. I still think it's so funny that the phone said, I don't understand. Because that's exactly the kind of thing here. And maybe it's even that you don't understand how you know, but you feel it deep down. Three of Wands, it's kind of like it speaks to you, the core of who you are. You know the right move here. You know the right answer. I feel like this is going to be the biggest thing ever, especially we got this Wheel of Fortune back here. If you have a prediction for the mystery card, put it in the comments. Don't forget, Scorpio, you are magic. All right. Looking at these cards, we see some major arcana. Yeah, we've got Wheel of Fortune, we've got the Moon card, and we've got Temperance, okay? The Art card. I think with the Art card in the environment, it's the pressure cooker environment. That you're in a tight spot. And maybe you're with your partner, or maybe it's just you. I don't see a lot of court cards, so I don't think there's a large group of people around you. But I feel like you're in kind of a high stakes, high pressure situation in life. Okay? Maybe there's a contract or a transaction or something that's very fragile right now. Because this, to me, is a pressure cooker card. This is the furnace. This is the idea of us being sort of tested, that this is that crucial moment where the right move is going to give you all the rewards, right? All the marbles. The wrong move, lose everything, right? It feels very high stakes. And then, of course, we have the Moon card here, which is showing that it's sort of an unpredictable, unknowable situation. There's no rational way on God's green earth that you could possibly know what's going to happen, for whatever reason. But you have yet this conviction. And we don't know where it's coming from. This is a doorway. This is a doorway that is absolutely black, dark. There's no way to see what's on the other side of it. Even with a flashlight, couldn't see it, right? But somehow you know what's over there. And this usually doesn't show up this way. Usually this card is saying, hey, I don't know what's over there, but I'm going to try it anyway. I'm scared, but I'm going to jump through it. Right? It's a door, it's a change, it's a threshold of a major event in your life. Make it or break it moment, right? You don't have the fear. You have the conviction. I know it's going to work. I know it's going to be okay. I know what's on the other side, etc., etc. Where most of us, I think, are quite fearful of that. The prospect of kind of not knowing what's on the other side of this doorway. What seems to be on the other side of the doorway is, well, that Jupiter energy, the Wheel of Fortune. I know we're kind of going the wrong way with the doorway now, with the Wheel of Fortune in the background. I think is, in a way, it's sort of the reason why you know. Because, I don't know, Spirit said so. Or the phone said so. No, because it feels like It's the time. It feels like everything is coming to an alignment. It feels like this is time. It feels like the right time. You know what I mean? Let's keep going. Let's see what we have for fire. We got 2 fire cards. We got 2 water cards. We've got 2 air cards, right? And we've got our earth energy down here. So it's very interesting that we have 2 fire, right? Let's double check. 2 fire, 2 water, and 2 air. 2, 2, and 2. Fire, water, and the air. Now the water and the air are the human heart and mind. You have 2, they're in sync, right? There's a balance. It's a pure, perfect state, right? And you have the 2 fire cards, your will, your intention, the idea, the conviction, right? That spiritual light, the spiritual energy. It's the energy, as it converts to matter, which is the earth card down here. It needs a medium through which to operate, and that's the human heart and mind. So to me, I feel like we have a perfect alignment. We have 2, 2, and 2. And that's telling me that your heart and your mind are absolutely in line with the will. So you have 2 fire, 2 air, 2 water. And that's a confirmation that your thinking and your feeling are absolutely pure and absolutely at peace. There's no doubt, right? I mean, that's somebody that there's all this chaos going around, and they're just sitting at a table quietly eating their sandwich, smiling, not worried about a thing. Why? How are you not worried? Especially, how are you not afraid right now? And I guess that's the magical question, right? That's the wonder of all of this is it's how you're not freaking out about something. Yeah. The Ace of Pentacles underneath everything, of course, is the step, the move that you need to make. Okay. And so you're sitting down eating your sandwich. It's not like you're not going to do anything. You just know somehow it feels like a movie, right? It feels like there's all this chaos going on around you, and you're sitting there just having your sandwich, relaxing, reading the paper, at the exact right moment, you're going to do the exact right thing. There's no thought, there's no feeling that's interfering with that. It's just, there's no you know what I mean? There's no there's no turbulence within you. It's just the right thing's going to happen at the right time. And this is that right thing. This is you knowing that there's sort of one move you need to make, one gesture, one word, one offer. I don't know what it is. It feels like it's some sort of maybe it's some sort of a contract or a business deal or like a work thing. Because I feel like a lot is riding on this. It feels like it's high stakes, And maybe the people around you are freaking out. They don't know what to do, but you're just very nonchalant. That's the word I'm looking for, nonchalant. In the exact right moment, you do the thing you need to do. It's done. And you never broke a sweat, right? We have the Wheel of Fortune behind you, and this is telling me that, yeah, this is for all the marbles. This is big time jackpot, right? This is profit. This is rewards. This is expansion. This is the very growth of this life, So it feels like your next move is, it's risking everything. This is the make it or break it moment. Everything is riding on what you do next. The very success of the company, let's say, right? Let's say you're the one of these, you're a salesperson, or you're some executive, or I don't know what, a manager, I don't know. Maybe the business owner. What you do next is either going to make it or break it. The whole future of this business depends on what you do next. That's a lot of pressure. right? We could be talking about a family thing. Maybe you're retired. Maybe this is something else. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it is, maybe this is an illustration of what you sort of feel inside, what you're connected to. We can't exactly put it into words. It feels like a conviction. It feels like a certainty when there's no possible way that you could be certain about anything. Somehow you know that everything's going to happen the way it's supposed to. Everything's going to be fine. You're going to do the exact right thing, say the right word, make the right gesture at exactly the right time. This is the card of timing. This is Spirit's wristwatch. This is the cosmic timepiece, you know. And maybe you've just tapped into something. And as long as you don't interfere with it consciously, with your mind, your intellect, or your emotions, as long as you don't interfere with it, everything is going to happen as it should. Yeah. This is the card also that could be called luck. You know, it's the wheel of fortune. It's just, you know, how lucky are you feeling today? When you're in the flow of this card, maybe it really is things just sort of happening the way they're supposed to. And it's only by us consciously interfering with the flow of the universe, or whatever you want to call it, that then things tend to go wrong, right? Problems tend to arise, or we tend to make blunders. Yeah. The Eight of Wands at the top is interesting. Usually a card of anxiety, right? It's usually a card of someone that knows they have to make a very important move right now and is getting a little antsy as they're sort of anticipating the moment, or they're trying to figure out which move to make, you know. I don't feel that this is an anxious card for you right now. I feel like this is a release of worry, of care, a release of anxiety, you know? And I feel like at the beginning I started to say how, like, usually you're kind of like, you know, you believe in yourself, but you're not like that kind of, you're not this confident, you know? And I think sometimes you can be prone to anxiety. You like to have other input. You like things to kind of be confirmed or authenticated or validated, you know, by others, and just as a way of kind of safeguarding things and backing ourselves up, you know. But I feel right now there's a release of anxiety. I think you have been an anxious person. I don't think you are anymore. I think something's taken place. I think you've had a spiritual awakening, some sort of an activation. And in some ways it kind of feels a little Big Lebowski to me, to be honest with you. It feels like there's just been this release of any kind of anxiety or meddling or interference with the flow of the universe. And so everything's happening as it should. And the right things are falling into place for you. Now we have these aces around us too, which I think are absolutely perfect. You're of one mind. There's a clarity. And maybe this is it. Maybe this is the spiritual activation, the enlightenment. I'm trying to think, there's a movie that I'm thinking of. I don't think it's Office Space. I don't think it's Big Lebowski. And something happens to someone and they suddenly just like stop caring about anything, and then their life gets so much better and everything falls into place. I don't know, what was that? Maybe it was Office Space. Maybe. I kind of feel like that was part of Office Space anyway. But this is the clarity that says you don't know all the answers. This is that we're not asking questions. We're not looking for answers. You have this conviction, that you don't know what to do, but you know that when it comes time, you're going to do what needs to be done. And that's so confusing. And people around you are like, what are you talking about? Like, you're not going to study for the test? That's ridiculous. You got to study for the quiz. And you're just like, well, the answers will come to me when the time is right. As I need to know them, things will work out. And maybe that's not so good in terms of, taking a test or whatever, but in whatever you're working on now, I feel like having this clear mind is appropriate. Yeah. We're not seeking after answers. We're just sort of experiencing the world in real time. And we're figuring things out as we go. We're interfacing with the world in a very pure and clear way, without the interference of the mind or of the emotions. This is a very clear head, and then the 6 of Cups over here is a very pure heart. Okay. To me, this feels like an enlightenment, or as I like to say, an enlightening. Okay. We're going to talk about the path of the serpent now. This is already a very weird reading. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost anything. It supports the channel, and I appreciate that. The 6 of Cups feels like it is, with the clarity of mind, I think has come an opening of the heart chakra. I think this is a feeling as if everybody in every living thing in the universe is related to us, is connected to us, is our kin. Real kinship here, a sense of community. A sense of everything being connected, everything sort of supporting everything else. So it's almost a knowledge of the heart. It's not an intellectual knowledge, not a book knowledge. It's not something that we've learned. It's a feeling that you experience, that things could not be, that nothing can possibly be wrong with anything. And I know that doesn't take away from the relative experience of life with its ups and downs and its roadblocks and bumps and all this potholes and speed bumps and things. But fundamentally, everything is as it should be. Yeah. And there's a sense of family here, there's a closeness and there's a warmth here in you. I don't know what's going on. I think it's an activation, it's an awakening, it's an enlightening, it's a spiritual leveling up. Okay. But back to the practical matters. I think there is this high stakes situation that you're in. And there is this strange confidence in you that everything's going to be okay, that everything's going to work out perfectly. And I think it's going to be the biggest win of your life. I think really what has happened is this has already taken place, in a way, right? Especially as we got your superhero card here in the sort of the final outcome here. I think that you have had a vision of this already happening. And I think that's why we've got the sense of, we've got the high stakes, we've got the community, we've got the decision, the action, the conviction, the fear, and we've got the big win, right? It kind of is working its way backwards in a way. With the art card in the environment, like I was saying before, this feels like a very pressure cooker kind of situation, very high stakes. I think that a lot of people are depending on you right now, and maybe even with the 8 of Wands up here, it kind of feels like the people around you are sort of scurrying around, like the people, the coworkers or family members, whatever, are kind of freaking out, but you don't have that fear, and that's sort of and maybe we're just talking about a kind of courage, that you have this conviction in the face of danger, in the face of unknown, in the face of uncertainty. You have a conviction that everything's going to be just fine, that more than fine, that this is going to be perfect, that this is going to be the biggest win, that there's no way that this can fail. Okay? And maybe that's it. Maybe you've discovered the secret to performing well under pressure. That's what it feels like, especially with this art card in the environment and the moon card here front and center. It's you should rightly be afraid right now. you should be pretty scared. This is a divine doorway. Let's do one of our doorway oracle cards. A note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. See the 6 of Cups, right? You're operating on love now, right? And maybe that's, maybe that's the switch. Maybe that's the transition that we sort of made here. Maybe that's the enlightenment or enlightening that we're talking about is the opening of the heart chakra that removes all fear, right? Entering into the unknown, when you're full of love, then there's no fear of the unknown. There's no fear of the future. There's clarity and certainty and conviction. I think you've had a very intense spiritual experience. And of course, the Princess of Swords, this is the position of what we don't want, but it is what we need. And in this case, I feel like we need to remember that the intellect is our friend. Information is okay. We need information. We need learning. We need to think about things and reason things out. When we're over here, it's kind of like we don't want to think about anything. We're just doing it, and we're not thinking about it, and that's how things are going to work, right? But after this high stakes situation, you need to realize that yes, gaining the information, the knowledge, and having the communication, embracing the air energy is going to be good, right? The intellect is the best tool on its own plane. Okay, so in the realm of thought and communication, we need thought and communication, right? We need the mind to be to be reasonable and rational in that way. Okay, so we need this card. We don't always want it, especially on this other sort of part of things, but overall, I think we need to embrace the acquiring of knowledge, right? Not for its own sake, but I think to find a way to spread some of it, to find a way to tell people what you've experienced in some way. And that's going to take us right over to our Prince of Cups, your superhero card. Between these two, heart and mind, right? I feel like this is you finding a way to express all of this to someone else. That you're sort of coming back from this and you're going to find a way to communicate it. Now, it may not be through words. You can tell I'm struggling. Maybe through art, through music, through dance, through, I don't know, something else. Right? I think the Princess of Swords shows that in general, as a whole, that we're sort of ill-equipped to talk about these things. But the Prince of Cups is saying that maybe we do a better job communicating through other means. That we don't know the words to express all of this, but we can sort of demonstrate it or show it or in a creative way relay the information. Yeah. So I feel like you're being called on to be a bit of a mystic here. A bit of even a bodhisattva, if you will. Because I feel that there's something intense going on with you. The rest of us need to know, The rest of us would like to hear something about that. And again, the words are going to be inadequate. We know that. This reading, it's bad, But how you express this to the world, how you're able to share your experience with others, is going to be part of your path, part of your great work, part of your destiny. Okay? Words, probably not the way. But art or something from the heart anyway. Yeah. Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe that'll help us get a little grasp on what's going on. I do feel that you're involved in some, I keep hearing this sort of, it's a high stakes situation. And I don't know if that means it's like a business deal or what, but I don't know. Mystery card. I don't know. I don't know, maybe a Six of Wands. We got the Six of Cups, right, which shows sort of, it shows a pleasure after pain, right? A kind of joy after a period of sorrow, okay? Maybe a Six of Wands showing a victory after a struggle. If you have a prediction, put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. It's a Six of Swords. Interesting. It's organization after confusion. It's a harmonization. It's a harmony. All the sixes are harmony, right? Beauty, harmony. And this, I think, is really the effective communication after a period of confusion and disorder and chaos and misunderstanding. This is good. I think this is, maybe this is your ability to effectively communicate what is going on with you, to be able to really be able to tell your story, whether it's through words or pictures or both, or performance even. This is your successful ability to communicate, to tell your story to others. Right? Six of Swords. This is a big win. This is good. Whatever you're going through, this is you're going to write a book, or you're going to draw a picture, or you're going to make an album, or I don't know what it is. But you're going to successfully communicate your story. Okay, and I can't wait to see it, or hear it, or read it. Yeah. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Scorpio are on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.